right, back with the Crews family. You brought up state competition, and that was one of the things as a kid growing up, and I never was in choir, but Bay was good in sports, but Bay dominated in the music programs, and still is always recognized for that. But state competitions, when Curt was here, I read something that said, we always knew that Bay was coming and dreaded it. It was from another school.
I love that.
So talk about some of those state competitions and the awards he got.
As a kid, all of us remember, he would go and he would rehearse, or the kids would come to our house, and they would come back with amazing superior ratings all the time. They were invited to national conventions and stayed in solo ensemble forever. And then, of course, let's not forget all of the musicals. So from Mikado to Brigadoon and everything in between. And by the way, he wasn't necessarily having his beautiful auditorium at the time that they were doing it.
Right.
He was in the gym, and he was blocking the scenes in the gym. And then I'll let you take over on the Christmas tree, because that's a big one.
I was going to say it because I remember when the tree was in the gym.
Yes.
And they actually had to shrink it down a
That's
layer
right.
to get it into the new auditorium.
right.
So let's talk about that. That's kind of
Well,
world
his
famous
legacy.
around here.
Yeah.
He would think of little things about that episode and say, oh, and tell me. But he heard about a tree like that, and he went, I think he said Standard Products in Westlake or something, and had them build it. And we're so thrilled. I believe it was 59 or 60. And we're so thrilled they're still using it. And we come every year and get to see that tree, and you can't help but cry. I mean, and it's amazing. And it always gets applause when the curtains open. And
Absolutely.
he told me back in the day, they used to have exchange students. And he would make sure the exchange student was at the top of the tree with a battery candle.
Yep.
And the whole tree had battery candles, but the exchange, I don't know that they do.
Well, we don't have many exchange students anymore.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna ask.
it was the tradition that the exchange student
Yes,
would be
it
at
was
the
on
top
the
of the
top.
tree, and then the tree would open up, and the robes were made in a cross back
That's
in
right.
the day. And actually, the candles were held differently. Now that's changed.
Yes.
And he told me that the other choir members in their robes that were on the stage, he called them the shrubs. They were the shrubs around the tree, you know. So if you looked at the stage, there was the tree and there were the shrubs.
Well, because back in the 70s, the classes were so large, there were 2,000 kids in the school, that they couldn't all fit on the tree. Now what happens, as you know, is they invite all alumni choir, and there's the shrubs.
Yeah.
And that stage is just about full, which is a great,
Now we have a
wonderful
forest.
thing to see. Yeah, we have a forest,
That's
exactly.
right.